Hello, in this video we will learn how to use the ABR 3000 series barcode scanner with ModbusTCP to communicate with Codesys PLC. Okay, so now without further ado, uh, let's begin. Okay, so just so you know, if you would like to use Ethernet IP instead of ModbusTCP, you can check out my other video. Okay, but for now, I'll go through this very quickly, assuming, because it's going to be very simple. Okay, so firstly, please go into the page. Okay, stop and run your automatic setup for your barcode scanner to make sure the lighting exposure time is the most optimum one. Can set it to static or dynamic, and trigger the line speed over here. Okay, but for now we'll be using static. Okay, so as you go on over to the reading phase, if you want to use it for a single trigger, can select it to one shot mode over here. Okay, and in fact after that you can go over to communication. Okay, so over in communication side, let's see. Okay, over our communication side, we just need to go add a new Ethernet IP, a new industrial protocol with a ModbusTCP server. So my barcode scanner will act as the server. Okay, and will respond to any ModbusTCP master trying to pull it for data. Okay, over here this configuration is very easy. Just highlight, choose the port you're using, what's the register, how many you're using. If you're using each register will store the tag that you are each register will store one character, okay, for the barcode that you scan. Okay, so if your barcode is extremely long, you need to increase this up. Okay, so now you can see it's very simple. Now if you run it, okay, I forgot to mention, on your reading trigger input, if you're using a PNP trigger, please configure this. If you're using a light on or light off, please configure it as appropriately as well. Okay, so now let me save the configuration. Okay, save the new configuration. Okay, once it disappears means it's ready. You can click go. Okay, so now on your ModbusTCP site, okay, create a new project and then make sure you add your ModbusTCP master and add your ModbusTCP slave. Okay, so the only thing you need to mode is make sure this corresponds to your Ethernet. And on your slave side, please configure your IP address that you're using and the port. And on the channel, okay, so for example, you can create a channel to read how the length of the register you registered. Okay, for example, I want 20 register, and I'm reading the holding register that starts from 0, okay, which is the barcode one. You can see I already pre-configured it over here. So and if you go to the mapping, you'll see that my variable is actually starting from this particular address. Okay, so that is why when I go over to PLC, I declare a array of 20 word, okay, to store the data that's coming from the barcode scanner, okay, which is stored over here. Okay, and I actually have a function to help me process the data. Okay, so now if I run it, Okay, and if my barcode scanner it's running, okay, wait, running, and it should more or less work. So let me see, TCP socket error. Okay, so this is the error that occurs if if your cable is disconnected or there is another master. So give me a while as I solve it. Okay, so if you go over, I think if you over here, if you go over and you acknowledge, your thing will turn green if for any errors at all. Okay, so if you can see on my main code, you'll see that every time if I trigger the sensor, let me show you my camera. Okay, so you can see, okay, I have another package. You can see it starts from 100 or something. Okay, and then if you trigger, you'll notice that this is my, will correspond to my data. Okay, so then what if I'm using this one, 806249? Okay, so you notice that, yeah, my data will change to 806249. Okay, so it's a relatively simple setup for Modbus TCP. So thank you, and please stay tuned for the next video.